Apropos, wer ist denn da schon beobachtet uns? Ja, wir sind ja eigentlich im Urlaub, aber wie ihr wisst, Urlaub bei uns hat ja immer etwas zu tun mit 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 Musicals anzuschauen.
Ja, 10 Musicals in einer Woche, wir sind bescheuert.
Und gerade kommen wir von Everybody's Talking About Jamie raus und so zwischen zwei Musicals an so einem Mittwoch, was muss man denn tun? Einmal kurz einen guten Freund treffen. Wir sind nämlich bei einer Show, die nicht so viele Menschen kennen.
Ja, die läuft ja erst seit über 30 Jahren.
Aber wir treffen jetzt den guten Paul und der wird uns einmal hinter die Kulissen führen. Also bleibt dabei. Ja, Paul! Apropos, wer ist denn da schon beobachtet uns? Hi Paul!
Hello!
Na?
Also,
und dann denke ich mal, wir gehen jetzt zusammen hinter die Kulissen und wir werden ausschließlich Deutsch sprechen, weil Paul kann sehr, sehr gut Deutsch.
Hallo!
Just in a costume dress?
Yeah.
Also, dann gehen wir mal hinter die Kulissen. Jetzt sind wir schon in den heiligen Gemächern, wo unser guter Paul, der schon da steht zum Interview, das war jetzt nicht abgesprochen gerade, uns schon eine kleine Backstage-Tour gegeben hat. Leider durften wir euch nicht mitnehmen, aber ja, dafür...
Denn Andrew Lloyd Webber ist persönlich gerade im Haus. Wir haben ihn hinter einer Tür gehört, aber wir haben ihn nicht gesehen.
Und außerdem die ganzen Geheimnisse von Phantom der Oper, ihr werdet schon mal drin gewesen sein, ihr wisst, was wir meinen, dürfen ja auch nicht rausposaunt werden. Deswegen, Paul, so, jetzt, wir haben ein paar Fragen gestellt, Paul, in der Community. Und du kannst immer noch sehr, sehr gut Deutsch. Und?
Ja, ich kann alles verstanden. Mein Deutsch jetzt,
ja,
noch 3 Jahre, ist ein bisschen schlecht.
Dann wird es jetzt wieder besser.
Ja, das stimmt. Das stimmt.
Aber, was viele Menschen wissen wollen, die auch uns fragen, was sind die Unterschiede zwischen Musical in Deutschland und Musical in London? Kannst du sagen, was die großen Unterschiede sind? Ist es besser in London? Ist es anders in London? Oder sind die Menschen anders in London, das Publikum? Was würdest du sagen? Oder ist es das Gleiche?
Das ist eine gute Frage, aber ich muss in Englisch antworten.
Yeah.
No problem.
I will translate now.
Okay. So there's a huge difference between German and London. There's a huge tradition here that is, you know, respected for that, and there's a huge tradition in Germany. So saying quality of shows, they are on par. They are on par. As for public, I think you've got a very different public here because mostly at Phantom, we have tourists.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people in London haven't really seen our show because you look at the audience every night and you see a huge tourist following. So it really varies. And in Hamburg, although we have tourists, we have a lot of nationals that come to the show. So people from Munich, people from all over Germany, but in the end they are German.
Yeah. So, also,
Moment,
er hat jetzt gerade gesagt, also nur für die, die es jetzt nicht verstanden haben, die Shows sind eigentlich gleich gut in Deutschland und in London, aber es ist in London, gerade bei Phantom der Oper, sehr, sehr krass, dass sehr viele Touristen da sind, während in Deutschland, auch in Hamburg, nicht so viele Touristen einfach da sind, weil es auf Deutsch ist. So, the language is very important for that, or?
Very important, yeah, absolutely. Here in Phantom, obviously it's in English, and we really have a high kind of awareness that we need to be able to pronounce really well because a lot of the people that are coming do understand English, but obviously, as you know, even with sung German, you have to be very clear in your pronunciation.
So.
And do you miss, well, when we see shows in Germany, it's like standing ovations and encore, and and in West End and on Broadway too, it's like, okay, curtain,
done.
Yeah.
So,
do you miss the standing ovations in
well,
West
we
End?
get standing ovations here quite often at Phantom.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, but only one.
Only one, that's right. We don't, yeah, that's right. We
celebrate it.
I think the whole thing is that we leave the audience wanting more. You know, and in Germany, they get every moment that they possibly can to show us appreciation, which I personally do love. As you know, in opera, this is a very common occurrence. You know, you go out, you get a round of applause, the curtain comes down, and then again you come out, and you know, it's a wonderful experience. But here in West End, I think it's leaving the audience wanting more. Do it once, and that's it.
Also ich habe gerade gefragt, weil die Sache ist ja die, in Deutschland ist es so, man kriegt Standing Ovations und dann kommt nochmal und am West End ist ist es wirklich so wie auch am Broadway. Man klatscht einmal, Vorhang ist unten, alle gehen raus und Paul meinte gerade, jetzt kannst du übersetzen, nein, Paul meinte gerade, man möchte das Publikum hier am Westend eher mit so mit dem Gefühl lassen, dass sie noch mehr möchten, aber das war's dann jetzt erstmal. Und in Deutschland kostet man natürlich jeden Moment aus, den man kriegen kann, auch wie in der Oper. Da klatscht man bis zum geht nicht mehr und möchte für seinen letzten Cent alles bekommen, was man kriegen kann.
Ja, aber ich frage jetzt auf Deutsch weiter, weil du verstehst ja sehr, sehr gut
Ja,
Deutsch. Immer noch. Also
okay.
deswegen. Ja, ist für dich Phantom etwas Besonderes auch bei den ganzen Shows in London? Weil Phantom ist jetzt hier in diesem Theater, im Her Majesty's Theatre, hat es vor 30 Jahren jetzt die Premiere gehabt und ist die longest running Show on West End. Ist es für dich was Besonderes hier zu spielen oder ist es für dich genauso wie Liebe stirbt nie in Hamburg?
That is a good question. Look, what I would like to say is, one, we aren't that longest running show.
The Mousetrap.
The Mousetrap.
The Mousetrap is.
Musical.
Yeah.
The
The longest running musical.
Right. So, I mean, there is a huge difference between Love Never Dies and Phantom, but I don't think anybody in the world would agree with me in saying that they are in any way comparable. Because London has the original Phantom.
With the big orchestra.
With the big orchestra that has been maintained for 33 years in this historic building, it's uncomparable. And then you've got Love Never Dies, you know, obviously created much later, but still a wonderful piece of theatre and spectacle. Has its own beauty, you know, it's a completely uncomparable. I love them both. Yeah, that's my personal opinion. I love them both, and I hope one day that maybe I can go back to performing Squelch, whether it be here or Broadway or, you know, wherever it takes
US
me.
tour.
Eh? No, not US tour. It'll be Broadway or West End.
Okay. No touring.
No, just the good things.
Yeah, just the good ones.
Aber du hast noch ein paar Fragen, glaube ich. Also jetzt...
Live from Facebook.
Ja, wir haben ja euch ein paar Fragen gestellt immer noch und deswegen, die möchten wir hier auch unterbringen. Bei ungefähr gefühlten 40 Grad in London.
Cecilia würde gerne wissen, welche Rolle würdest du hier beim Phantom noch spielen, außer Piangi?
Carlotta. No.
That's the wig from Carlotta?
Yeah,
No.
this is the Carlotta wig.
But you can sing everything in this show because you're a tenor.
I mean, I think I could definitely sing Phantom, 100%. I think I could sing anything in this show. Yeah, that's right.
Christine too?
No, not Christine.
But nearly Christine. Huh?
I always sing the Carlotta Cadenza because me and Lara have like little competitions to see how many times we can do it and if we can do it properly, and I can do it.
Hattest du schon mal einen Lachflash auf der Bühne? Also, you couldn't stop laughing.
Oh, you laugh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Really?
Live on stage?
Oh, okay, so I'll tell you.
Yeah.
This is the only time I have ever just lost it. So we were in rehearsal for Sitzprobe, right? So in Act 2. And Passerino, Tom Sterling, this was last year, he turned around to me and his beard was hanging off like this, you know? It was like this. Anyway, he knew what was happening because he could feel it slowly moving away, and everybody, I don't know why we all looked at Tom, but the whole cast was looking at him, and every time he would talk, he would go, you know. So anyway, we were all trying to hold it together until he's looking to the front, and it just went. We all died, and the audience, it was like we were all on the same TV channel. The audience, the cast, everybody, and we were all laughing, and Lara couldn't say her words, you know, and Madame Jury's like, you know, it was the funniest thing I think that's ever happened. Yeah.
And they fixed the mustache.
Oh, he just held it down, you know. It fell off in front of everybody. There was nothing he could have done.
Könnte man Carlotta und Piangi als Paar bezeichnen? Are they together as a couple?
Are they engaged?
Okay, so this is a really good question. Yeah. Okay, so prior to this contract, there wasn't really a substantiated relationship, let's say. So with Evan Einstein, the director, and Mark Hedges, more recently, we tried to substantiate the history of Carlotta and Piangi because it was really an overlooked relationship.
Yeah.
Piangi at times was played as a caricature of an opera singer who was washed up, and Carlotta just as a diva, you know. But there's so much more to that relationship. And we were employed to find the depths of that. And so my answer to that question is yes, they do have a relationship.
But only now?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, in any
After 30 years.
have you ever seen a production before where you could honestly see a true relationship, where there was true love for Carlotta, true empathy for her distress, and him following her like a little dog because of his love that drives her, you know? And equally seeing Carlotta as this rock of a character without breaking, who whenever she sees Piangi in distress also shows some sympathy, or at any moment of vulnerability turns straight to him for that comfort, you know? I think it's something that has been kind of overlooked in past years, and that's what we have really focused on bringing to life on the stage.
And Andrew Lloyd Webber had to give us okay to this?
He doesn't really have to give okays for stage direction. It's only music. Only music.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it's divided.
This is a Cameron Macintosh production. Yeah. So, yeah, we are in a different production company, and Andrew Lloyd Webber is only really used for productions, you know. So he's only for the music here, but for the actual.
It's really Macintosh here?
Yeah, this is Macintosh.
Really?
Yeah,
it's like Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
So how often?
Phantom of the Opera is playing in a Macintosh venue, or is it here?
No. The theatre is a really useful theatre.
Okay.
The production company is a Cameron Macintosh company for Phantom.
Yeah.
And the music is Andrew Lloyd Webber's.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I know, it is. But this is a Cameron Macintosh production. It has been for 33 years.
And how often do you meet Andrew Lloyd Webber?
We haven't crossed paths for a while now. Last year, when I went to the other palace and I saw him with Hal Prince, they had like a question and answer discussion, and we went upstairs.
But you know each other?
Yeah, of course we've met. We've met, 6 times now. Okay. So, yeah. In Australia for Love Never Dies, in Hamburg for Love Never Dies, here twice, you know, so yeah.
Cool. Hi.
Die letzte Frage war das schon?
Yeah, was the last question.
Yeah, so
just show us some of your beautiful costumes.
Okay.
Because that's something we can show you backstage.
Alright, so I'll take this one off, I'll show you. So this is
my goodness.
The masquerade costume, and it is my...
How heavy is it?
It's very heavy. So,
oh god.
So that is already 7 kilos lighter than when it first came, because when it first came, it actually started giving me back pain because it was so heavy. These epaulets, for example, they are 5 kilos in total because of all these beadings, you know. But isn't it the most beautiful coloured costume? And again, this has gone back to the original Maria Bjornsson design, because after some years, you can imagine that sometimes they change colours, sometimes they change design, and it kind of ends up being different. But this one they brought right back to the original design and the original colours. So I've loved that peacock, you know. Kind of makes a reference to Love Never Die, you know, bringing that back. So I wonder if Gabriella Tardisova ever looked at the Maria Bjornsson designs when she was doing... Love Never Dies to get some inspiration, you know. But yeah, that's my favorite costume. So.
Oh, that's fine. But have you ever put it on weight to estimate how?
Well, yeah, I did weigh it. That was 16 kilos, so now it should be about 8, I think, or 7. Yeah, they took all the beads off and replaced it with these like.
Okay.
You know,
how long do we have to wear it every show?
Just for the opening, or?
Just for the opening of Act 2, yeah. And then I take it off. So it's not the wearing of it, because it's my shoulders can carry weight.
Okay.
It's the walking down the stairs. You know,
it's a long way here.
A long way. Every double show day I should be doing about 600 stairs.
Ich übergebe jetzt mal die Kamera. Jetzt kann ich endlich mal... Mein Arm ist schon eingeschlafen hier. Aber jetzt werden wir noch ein bisschen leider ohne euch durch das Theater gehen, weil ihr wisst ja, es ist nicht erlaubt...
Magic. It's like Disney magic. You can't
It's Cameron
feel it.
McIntosh featuring Andrew Lloyd Webber magic here inside. So, so, jetzt werden wir noch ein bisschen rausgehen. Danke dir, dass du dir die Zeit genommen hast.
You.
Wir haben
And you've got a very big fan base in Germany.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's great.
Jeder freut sich immer, wenn wir sagen,
Paul,
und dann ja, Paul. Also,
Oh, that's lovely.
du bist immer in guter Erinnerung in Deutschland, wenn du mal wieder zurückkommst. Viele werden wegen dir ins Theater kommen. Also vielen Dank, dass du dir Zeit genommen hast. Und wir freuen uns ja jetzt auf Phantom, weil heute Abend sehen wir dich. Also, ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
So.